myself. Yes, it's light enough to see.
There's reason for that.
There's reasons for that. Let Jared explain.
I have bedding area right behind my spot. The deer, according to my pictures, are moving through my area in the dark, and right about now they'll be going into their bedding area. If I go in there right now, I'm going to bust them. I'm going to jump them. So it's best to wait, let them move out into the bedding area, slip into my spot, and then when they get on their feet to start moving again here in an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever, they have no clue that I'm there. I go in there right now, or when it was dark, they're going to know something's there. My headlamp's going to spook them. Probably won't see nothing.
Yep, so we're getting ready to head in. In fact, everybody's done got their stuff. I've got to lock up the truck, and we're hoping this is going to be a good day. We're getting closer and closer to the rut.
Oh no, we're in it. We're in the good parts of it.
My good buddy Brian Ramsey, BK Bowhunter 1, is his YouTube channel. Killed him a nice 8-point yesterday, I believe it was, because he sent me the pictures.
Yep.
And so everybody we've talked to, the bucks are starting. And I just checked my cell link, even though I'm not getting pictures yet. I got 3 more days before my 30-day 100 free pictures to my phone starts. And I went from 0.9 gigabyte of pictures on my card to over 1 gigabyte now as of 6:02 this morning. But of course, I'm not getting the pictures. But we're getting ready to head in, so stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next clip.
See you in the tree.
See you in the tree, yeah.
Hey everybody, we're back in here again on another hunt. Just got my spot in my stand, and Jared and Judy's heading to theirs. Jared and Judy has had a lot of activity on their camera. They have had different bucks on there, and they are looking for does. So we're hoping to get one come through today, and see what we can do. If there's a lot of activity, we're not going to lunch. We got some stuff in our backpacks that will do us until then. But yeah, we're hoping to get something done. I mean, some of you may know I've had some issues going on here lately, and I appreciate the comments that I've been getting and the prayers and everything. Still going through a little bit of issues. And I figured maybe I'll come out today and try to get my mind off of it and see what I can do. So stay tuned to J&J True Outdoor Adventures, and I'll see you in about a couple hours. Good morning, everybody. We're in the tree stand. According to my camera, these bucks are getting hot. I've had 5, 6 different rack bucks in this area in the past week, all at the same time fighting dog and does. So I'm gonna make this short. Y'all stick with us. We get some action. We'll try to get the cameras on. Right now I gotta cool down. I'm hot and sweaty. It's a cold morning. I overdressed for the walk-in, so I've got to cool down. I've got some Code Red doe estrus urine down here in front of me to my left with a mock scrape with Code Red doe urine in it. I've never used Code Red. It was $4.99 a bottle. They were fairly big bottles. I'm gonna give it a shot. Right now, if these bucks smell that, if one of them catches wind of it, they're gonna come investigate. They are actively looking for does right now, and there's a lot of competition in my area right here. So, Dad's got some with him. He's going to do the same. So y'all stay tuned. Hopefully this is an exciting morning. Hopefully one of us can harvest one. Maybe we can all harvest one. So, We'll catch back up in a little bit. I'm going to get quiet, get the camera turned off. Y'all stay tuned. Good morning, everybody. It is 8 o'clock. Been in my stand here just a little bit. Yes, we waited till about 7:20, 7:25 to start in. So we wanted to see if we was going to see anything as we was coming in, because as Jared mentioned in the earlier clip, that these deer are in here. It's still dark. Then they go to their bedding areas. So when we're walking in, if we walk into in the dark, we're jumping them. So we got in here, got some doe estrus or whatever, made a couple mock scrapes and put that in there. And I dripped a little bit in a pathway. So we're just going to hope and see what comes in. We came out here Thursday night, just scattered corn everywhere. We found 2 new scrapes out on the trail. So we're hoping they're moving. I had a bunch of daytime pictures last week, or first part of this week, not last week, first part of this week. It was does in here feeding on that corn. And I had a couple bucks come in, but they were at night. So we're in here for today. I'm going to try to give it our best. We're getting closer and closer to that magic moment. We're probably already in the first part of it. So I'm going to get quiet. I'm going to turn the camera around, and y'all just stay tuned to J&J True Outdoor Adventures, and hopefully we'll have some excitement. If nothing else, maybe have some videos, some deer in here, some does. But hopefully one of these bucks will come in. I've got one shooter out of the 2 that showed up on my camera Monday. We got one shooter for sure. And then Jared, he checked his Thursday, and he had about 4 or 5 bucks. And I think he said 3 of them were definitely shooters. So just stay tuned. We'll see what happens.
Another little one just showed up. It's 10 after 11. The other one left, and then now here's this one. Boy, now that one's fat. But it is small.
From the sound of it, everybody, it sounds like Dad was just busted by a deer. Over to my right, kind of in his direction, I heard a deer blowing. It blew 5, 6 times. It might be heading this way since it spotted him. I still hear it. That's the most action I've had all year so far. I have to say, even that was exciting, just hearing that one blow. But that's a sign they're moving. I don't know if it spotted him or winded him. It might not have been him at all. Who knows what that deer's seen or smelled. It was way too far for it to have seen me. But I don't see any movement on that other hillside. Normally they blow like that and they bolt, they run. If it had come down from his area and would have been running or jumping, I should have been able to see it if it came this direction. Just a little check-in, a little bit of action. I heard that deer blowing. I'll check back in a little bit. It's a little after 9. Maybe 9:30. I've got my phone put up. I can't check the time.
I'd say it's about 9:30 or so. And that deer was moving, coming up out of the bedding area, it seemed like. And Dad's up on top of that next ridge, where that deer blew from. It was like it was heading up that ridge. So who knows? I'm gonna get off here and get quiet just in case it does circle around and try to come this way. And if it comes this way, I'll get the camera on and try to get some video of it. Y'all stay tuned. The deer are moving this morning. Let's just hope they come by.
Hey everybody. Been in here 2 hours and all I've seen is squirrels and chipmunks. You might notice I got my neck gaiter on. And yes, I got the toboggan on underneath my hat because it's still cold. And the temperature did raise. It was 28. Last time I checked, it was 31. So that's pretty cool. But the wind is picking up a little bit, then slowing down. Then it'll pick up a little bit more, then slow down. And that makes it cold. So I have seen so many squirrels today, it's not funny. Almost as many as chipmunks. But I just want to let everybody know, check in, tell you what's going on. I figured Jody and Jared seen more deer, or seen deer today, because of all the activity they had on our cameras, but we'll see. I did think I heard one grunt up on top of the ridge above me. I'm going to have to talk to Jared and see if he was hitting these grunt calls on the way to his stand, because it could have been him. So, anyways, I guess I'll get back to hunting, and I'll check back in with you guys later, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, I just had 2 rock bucks come in on me. They come from behind me. One is heading towards Jared's stand. The other one was probably 20 yards away, but I could not get a shot at him because he was standing on the hill right up here in front of me. And he kept looking back on top of the hill and everything like that. And then he turned and he ran back the way he came. He was a monster. I'm sorry I couldn't get it on film. They just popped in. I stood up to stretch my legs, and I seen the one heading towards Jared's stand. And I was getting ready to sit down, and I heard something. I looked. Here come the other one. So they are moving. If we can just get them in here. If I could have got the other one, if he could have took 2 steps forward, I could have busted him. But there's a tree in my way, so anyways, that's the last one to come in on me is the one we call Grandpa. So we'll just let you think about that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here in case another one happens to come through, and we'll talk to you in a little bit.
Well, hello everyone. Dad has seen 3 this morning. He's seen a mama and a little one, and that was the mama that was blowing at him earlier. And then another little one came in. Big Al had what looked to be a 6-point come through to him, and he texted me and said that it was coming my way, but I never seen it. I never seen anything come. It would have come from behind me here to my left, and I never seen it. Probably 15 minutes after that, my target buck, the one that I really would like to harvest, but I've only got 2 pictures of him. He hasn't been on any other camera that we know of. He actually walked in on Big Al, and if he'd have took a few more steps, Big Al was going to be able to make a shot, but something spooked him. He either caught wind of Big Al or seen Big Al move or something. He knew something wasn't right, and he turned and ran back into the bedding area. As for me, I've not seen a thing. I've seen some squirrels and chipmunks. We're going to pack up and head out. We're going to get something to eat. We're not going to be out of the woods long. We're going to get right back in. Before we would go out and we'd eat, and we'd take our sweet time, come back into the woods around 3. We're not going to do that this time. We're going to go out, we're going to get something to eat and come right back. Plus, try to warm up. It's been extremely cold. The wind's really cold. And to be honest, I'm a little underdressed for it. This is the first good cold snap that we've had, that we've hunted in. And I didn't dress accordingly. So it's been a tough sit in the stand. Been comfortable as far as the stand goes, but that wind hitting me in the back of the neck and in the face, because it's swirling. It's been rough, been pretty cold. But I do have this fancy boggin that our buddy Phil Ashby sent us, and I appreciate it more today than ever. It's kept the ears and part of the back of my neck pretty warm. So I think Dad is packing up now. He's going to head his way towards me. Big Al's packing up. We'll meet him at the top of the hill on the way out. So we'll see y'all for this evening. Well, this afternoon hunt. We might be out of the woods an hour. Maybe just a little bit longer. Then we'll be right back in. We'll sit here till dark. And I know a lot of you'll say, oh, you should have took your lunch with you. Having something hot whenever your body temperature has dropped is nice. And I want a cup of hot coffee. So y'all stay tuned, and we'll see you back in the stand this afternoon.
Okay, everybody, it's almost 11:30. We decided we're going to pack out, get some hot dogs, and get something warm in us since we had breakfast. I had that mommy and her yearling come in. She blew and blew, went down at this point. And then, of course, her yearling come in here and fed around. And she came in, I think I got video of her. She came in, and she wouldn't commit coming all the way in. Then she just disappeared, and her yearling stayed here for a long time. And then just a little bit ago, I mean, I was playing with it. I may have it on video. I was using Grunt Tube and watching its reactions. It was a little yearling. It must have been a late one. But it looked so fat. And of course, finally, when I stood up, it took off. And it had the cutest little blow. It just went shoo, shoo. and went around the hillside and disappeared. So yeah, I may have ruined my chances of seeing something else by scaring it off. But like I said, I was playing with it with the grunt tube, watching its reaction. So, but I'm getting ready to hook up with Jared and Big Al, so we'll see you on the next clip. Like I said, we're going out and get us some J&J hot dogs, so stay tuned.
Hey everybody. Yeah, I'm standing up. Got excited seeing them $2. We're going to head out for lunch for a little bit. Probably won't be very long, and then we'll be heading back. So stay tuned to J&J True Outdoor Adventures, and we might just bring you something today.
Okay, folks, we're hooking up with Alvin. He's seen some deer today. I've seen some deer. Jared hasn't seen any yet.
You didn't work it.
Nope, he didn't work it. We got a scrape right here. First one this year. There's always one with that tree.
And then, oh God, Grandpa, I heard something back in here before I saw either one of them. And I don't know if he was running him out or what. It was just, but I didn't hear him clanging antlers. And he went on through, and I thought, oh, maybe it was squirrels I heard. And I was standing up because it was getting cold. And man, I just happened to look around, and here come Grandpa down that way.
Did he come from behind you?
He come from behind me.
Oh, I thought he come up out
No,
of
no,
here.
no. Both
you
of
said
them.
he ran back the way he went.
Yeah. No, they both come out of here. And he walked down through there, and man, I was like, oh crap, here we go, here we go. I was setting ready, and he was just walking, taking his time. And there's a tree like this that was in my way, and he stopped. His rack looks like a mule deer's rack. Biggest freaking buck I've seen over here. I was like, oh my God, that's Grandpa. And he kept,
Probably not the grandpa I have on camera yet.
if it's not, he's got a bigger brother. Because his body was humongous. And he kept looking up this way. I was like, I'll take 2 steps, because he'd been wide open. I said, take 2 more steps. And he kept looking, and then he would look that way. Then he'd throw his head back this way. He was so close, I could hear him with, like that. I was like, oh God. And then he just turned, and he bolted straight back up through them pines. And I seen him clear the top, and you could still hear him going over. Because he sounded like a horse when he took off.
I wonder what made him run.
I don't know, but he was freaking huge.
Well, I was going to say, Jared told me you said that there was one coming his way.
Yeah.
Next time, when you tell him something like that, you need to be specific. Is he coming around from the holler, or is he coming up over the ridge? Or...
Yeah, it should have. I was excited about it.
But see, I had that one blow at me. And it was a doe with her yearling.
Right.
She went down to my right over the hill.
Yeah.
And blowed and blowed. Well, I got the grunt tube, and I worked the grunt tube because I didn't know at first it was a doe with a yearling. And then after she stopped blowing, I just happened to look, and I seen the yearling. Well, it come in, and it come right by a mock scrape I made. I put that doe estrus in. And it just started feeding. Well, it stayed in there and stayed in there. Well, the mommy come back up to my right, and she stood there. She looked at her yearling, and she looked, and she looked, and then she turned, she disappeared.
That was the grandpa I was talking about.
No, his rack's different. See how his G1 and G2 is?
Yeah.
This one's more, it stands straight up like this, and more this. I mean, it was huge, dude.
Well,
Yeah, big, wide.
Let me show you another picture of him. If you found it.
But when Jared sent us the text about if we wanted to go out, I heard something coming in behind me. And I mean, it was getting closer, getting closer. I thought somebody just walking in.
Yeah.
Behind me. Come right down past my ladder. I told Jared it looked like a midget deer, but it had to be a late yearling. I mean, it was... it wasn't much bigger than a husky.
Wow.
But it was broad and everything, and it went to feeding and everything, and I played with it with the grunt tube just to see what it would do.
That's him.
That might be him because, well, he's bigger though. His body's bigger.
He's in rut too. He's not there.
Yeah, that's true.
But I finally, when Jared sent that text and I replied back, like I said, I was playing with that with the grunt tube, see how it was going to react.
Right.
And it'd sit there and it'd stomp ground. And finally, I started putting stuff in my pack and it was still standing there, and it jumped a few paces and stood there and looked back my way and everything, and I'm still putting stuff in my pack. And then it went around and hit the trail going out to the White Oak, and it had, you know, the doe, you heard her blow. Jared could hear her blow when she was blowing.
Right.
That littlest one, when it left, it went. I thought that was so cute.
Yeah.
But, well, folks, we're headed out. We're going to go get some J&J hot dogs. Get warmed up. I don't know what the temperature is right now, but I said it's still cold. So just stay tuned. We'll be back. Okay, people, we're headed back in. Big Al and Jared's up ahead, and I'm dragging up the rear. It's a little bit before 2. We went out and had our J&J hot dogs and been back at the truck, relaxing just a little bit. Now we're headed back in. So just stay tuned and we'll see if any more deer come in this evening. Hopefully at Jared's spot. So just stay tuned.
Hey everybody, we're back in for an evening hunt. Just separated from Jared and Juddy. They're heading to their stands. It is about 4 minutes after 2. Juddy has seen 3 deer. They was all does. 2 of them were little ones. I have seen 2 bucks. One nice one, but it was on the hill behind me. There was no way I'd get a shot at it. It looked like about a 6-point. Then I had the big one that come down beside me here on the right. Had no chance to get them on camera, either one of them. So, hopefully I'll see some more activity this evening, maybe get a shot at one of them. If the big one had stepped down another step or 2, like I said, he was perfect 20 yards range. He would have been in the wide open, but he kept looking on the hill to my right. Something scared him, and he shot back the way he come. But anyways, we're back in here. I'll check back with you in a couple hours, let you know how things are going. So stay tuned to J&J Trail Outdoor Adventures, and we'll see what we can bring you. Good afternoon, everyone. We're back in the stand. We went and had some J&J hot dogs and rushed to get back here. Hoping for a good evening. Wind is still kind of blowing. It's warmed up a little bit. It's probably in the upper 40s, lower 50s. Back in the woods, out in the sunlight, it might be in the mid to upper 50s. Dad just left me. He's heading over to his stand. Alvin, Big Al's in his. So we're going to see what the evening has for us. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I see the first deer of the season for me. Alvin's seen 2 this morning. Nice rack buck that I've had on camera. And then he said the other one looked like a 6-point. Dad had a mama doe and a little one, and they fed around and left. And then later he had another little one that was by itself come in, and it fed. So they've seen some deer, had some excitement. I'm still just staring at empty woods, enjoying what God created, and relaxing a little bit. So y'all stay with us, and hopefully we have some action for you, and we'll check back in a little bit. Y'all stay tuned.
Hey everybody, we're back. Big Al's already in his stand, Jared's already in his, and I just made it to mine about 10 minutes ago. It's 25 after 2, and you know, we had some excitement. Alan seen 2 bucks this morning, but he was ready to draw back on one, but it was behind some trees that he didn't want to risk a shot on, and then it turned and went back. But from hearing him tell the story, apparently the first buck he seen was a smaller buck, and he heard all kinds of racket behind him to his right, and the smaller buck come out, went around, and then went up the hill. It was supposed to be going towards Jared, and then just in a little bit, his what he calls grandpa buck come through. So it was huge, and he stopped behind some trees. Said he come through with his head sticking out, usually you know what they call a sneaking stance. But after hearing him talk about it, apparently them 2 bucks, the big one run off the little one, and when he stopped behind them trees, Big Al couldn't get a shot, so it turned, went back the way it come from. And of course, you know me, I had 3 in here. I had a mommy and her yearling, which I got video of the yearling out here feeding around. The mommy went over the hill blowing and everything, and she come back, and I think I got video. I haven't went back and looked. I need to run the video on my computer at home. But she was over here to my right, and she come back in. She probably was about 30 yards, but I'm not shooting a doe, not right now. And she just stood there for a little while, and she moved, but she never committed to coming in. And then she turned, she just disappeared. I don't know if she went down this hollow, or she went down and turned and went back the way they come from. But the yearling stayed here for a long time, and then it went that direction, and I watched it leave. And then I was sitting here and putting out a few grunts with the grunt call, and then I heard something behind me. I mean, it was coming right down behind me. I kept looking right here because I thought it was to my left. Next thing I know, I'm hearing it over here on my right, and I look down, and here comes, had to be, I want to say it's younger than the yearling. I'd almost call it a midget deer, because it was smaller than the first one I seen in here. And it was just big and stout and fat. It come in here and it fed around a little bit, and I used the grunt call just to see what its reactions would be to the grunt, because I knew I wasn't going to shoot it. And it just looked up at me and everything, and finally we decided to run out and get some J&J hot dogs. And I stood up, I was putting stuff away. It took a couple jumps down, probably got within about 40 yards away from me. It was, I mean, it was here at my ladder, and it was about 10 yards out, 20 yards out. When I started putting stuff up, it jumped out about 30, 35 yards. And just looked back up this way. I guess it didn't see me. And it just stood there for a little bit. Well, then I went to put my backpack on, and of course, it ran around to my left, hit the old 4-wheeler trail going out to the White Oak Flats. And then it, you know, it made a couple blows, and it was just real faint. I mean, you could hardly hear it blowing. And it went on around and disappeared, and then we all hooked up. Alvin told us his story, and we went out and got our hot dogs. We come back in. I can't remember what time it was. We've only been at the truck maybe 30 minutes, 35, 40 minutes. We got geared up, and back in we came. So we'll hear until dark, and you can see the sun's shining in my face. So we'll just see what happens. Hopefully Jared will see something. He hadn't seen nothing all day. He heard that doe blowing at me this morning, and he thought she might have been blowing at him, but then he said, that's too far away. It couldn't have been nothing he's done that caused her to blow. And then he figured that she must be blowing at me. And so we'll turn the camera around, and hopefully I'll have some more action. Maybe a buck come through. I mean, this is the time. They should be out here looking for does. So I made another mock scrape coming in, and I've got some of this, let me get it out of my pocket. Jared got it for me. Some of this doe estrus. It's code red. And I put that in the mock scrape, and then I sprinkled a few drops going away from the scrape. But I don't know if that's going to work or not. I've used Tinks before, and I've never really had any success using this stuff. So just have to wait and see. But stay tuned, and hopefully we'll have some more action. Catch you on the next clip.
Just a little baby doe. We're not going to shoot that one. Just a little baby doe. We ain't shooting that one. But boy, it'd be some good eating. Wonder where its mama is. Hello, happy campers. It's been going on a little after 4, I think. Been in here for 2 hours. Not seen nothing. Seen chipmunks, haven't seen squirrels. Jared showed a little video a while ago of a little doe in front of him. She was young. He said it was heading my way, but I'm not seeing hide nor hair of her. I just regret that big buck coming in today and not coming down just a little bit more so I get a shot at him. But that's the way my luck goes. Seems like for the last couple of years, but anyways. Like I said, I haven't seen nothing. Probably won't now the rest of the evening since I seen them 2 nice ones. And that one was big. So Stay tuned to J&J True Outdoor Adventures. If I can get anything on camera, I will. And hopefully I can get back with you soon, showing you one or letting you see that I got one or something. So stay tuned. We'll check back in a little later.
comes another one. That must have been the mommy that just come in. I was getting ready to tell you about it. And then this one come in. This one's little. It is now 5:36.
Hey everybody, it's almost 6 o'clock. Well, it's going on 6 o'clock, about 5:30. Haven't seen nothing but squirrels and chipmunks. Jared said that little doe was coming my way, but never did see her. Oh, excuse me, never did see her, and been looking, but nothing. Haven't heard nothing but squirrels and chipmunks. I got lucky, I guess, when I saw those 2 bucks earlier. I just wish that one would have stepped down another step, man. I could have had a great shot anyways. Sun's starting to set behind me. So, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. And if anything changes, I'll let you know. Stay tuned to J&J True Outdoor Adventures. And we'll see how the day goes. It's 6:08. I have 2 does in here right now. I think it's a mommy and a little one. As you've seen from the clip before. Or clips before. There was a dark one in here. She walked around and around and she's feeding. And then she finally went out towards the 4-wheeler trail. And I thought she was gone. I thought she was headed to Jared. Then I was doing a panoramic view this evening. And this real little light colored one come in. And it fed around. And then she come back. I've got chipmunks all around me. But she come back, and they've both been together feeding. The little one went over and licked on the salt block a little bit. But sunsets at 6:20, and you got about 25-30 minutes possible shooting light left. I'm hoping for a buck to come in, but I don't know, since she's not by herself. Has that little one with her. Jared seen the doe at his spot. Alvin, of course, seen him 2 bucks. So, we've seen deer today. Alvin didn't get video of the bucks. Jared got video of the doe. So, but the thing is, we're probably going to be pulling out here in about 25-30 minutes, maybe 35. These deer are still here. I'm just going to have to come on down and go out, but they haven't paid a bit of attention to me. I'm sitting here talking to you all right now, and they don't care. But I just want to say I appreciate you watching J&J True Outdoor Adventures. Appreciate all the comments, all the likes. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up on the video. And just in case we don't do a closing video at the truck, I'll go ahead and say, we'll see you in the woods. Thanks for watching.
everybody. After that little doe was in here, she moseyed off towards Big Al. I don't know if she ever made it that far or not, but she went in that direction. She was in here for a long time. Haven't seen anything else. Dad texted me just a little bit ago. He's got two does up there at his spot with him right now. It's 6:16. We'll be losing the light fast over the next 30 minutes or so. I'm gonna sit until dark. See if I can catch one of them bucks cruising through here. All the days bow hunting. Got to see my first deer. I remember what they look like. But it just wasn't one I was willing to shoot. Today will be the last bow hunt that I get to do until we go rifle hunting. The 13th, which is next Saturday, I have to work. I'll work until noon, and I'll be doing prep work for us going to camp. So this will be the last time that I'll be in the woods bow hunting until we go to camp rifle hunting. Been a slow season so far. Hopefully it picks up a little bit. Hopefully camp's good to us. Hopefully we see some action up there. It was last year. I scored on that 6-point last year. I got a deer coming in. It's about 50 yards out. Looks to be by itself. that little doe again.
Hey everybody, it's about 6:30, 6:35, and it's starting to get dark. I know it looks light behind me, but it's starting to get dark here in the woods. Unless it was right up on me, or he had a huge rack. I couldn't tell if it was a buck or a doe if it come in. But I haven't seen nothing but squirrels and chipmunks now. So deer 1, Big Al 0. But I just text Jared or Juddy and ask him about what time we're heading out, because it's getting to the point that I don't have true glow sights. I have the regular pins that come with it. Yeah, they're green and red and green, but they're not true glow. They don't glow at nighttime or anything like that, and it's getting harder and harder for me to see to pick one out. And you can tell by the reflection off my glasses, it's getting darker. So this will probably be my last clip. I figure Jody will have one when we get to the truck. Maybe we get on top, I don't know. So he'll probably have the closing then. So as far as me, we appreciate everybody watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, just everything. Comment, let us know what's going on. Tell us how we're doing, everything like that. Like I said, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bells. That way we can know when we need to talk and stuff like that. Jody gets it and sends it to us and everything. So anyways, I'm gonna jump off here. So as far as me, I guess like I always said, I'll see you in the woods.
Okay, I'm headed out. It's about 6:43, 6:44. Had them 2 in here. The littlest one left after I went to my salt block. The other one stayed here and stayed here. Finally, it come in behind my camera here. Went down over the hill. So I'm headed out. It's got to the point that you're probably not even seeing anything on this camera, just hearing my voice. But it's got to the point you can't hardly see your pins. So now it's time to come out. So I'm headed towards Jared's, and then we'll meet up with Alvin. So stay tuned. We may have a closing clip when we get back to the truck. But if not, again, we appreciate you watching and appreciate the comments. Today's been an exciting day. Just nothing we wanted to shoot showed up. So stay tuned for the next video from J&J True Outdoor Adventures. We'll see you in the woods.